Do you have difficulty in remembering all the Korean vocabularies and grammar structures? If you do, this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Sohee, an online Korean teacher. And what I usually see my students doing when they are trying to remember all the vocabularies and grammar structure is that they would take the book out and underline the structure, try to memorize it, and read the example sentences and maybe do a few of the practice exercises. But what that actually does is actually very basic because you're only touching the very surface of it. Just imagine when you're trying to know someone, you're trying to get the name or maybe the age or the profession even. But then if you don't really communicate with them, you don't really know them. And it's very likely that you will forget the name even after like a minute. Not because they are particularly dull people, but probably because you're not interested in them yet. Remember the book The Little Prince? Just as everything else, if you do not really spend time with that thing or that someone, they are just another person to you or just another thing to you. They don't really mean a thing to you after you really spend some time on it. And that's what we're going to learn today to build a relationship with that particular vocabulary or that particular grammar structure. Treat them as people you want to build relationship with so that they are going to stick in your brain because that's how our brain works. Yes, our brains are not wired to remember anything that is not related to them. So if it deems that something is not really related to us, probably you will forget them faster than you want. What you want to do is to attach emotions to what you're learning and give some context to it so that you can really remember it. As an easy start point, let's say if you're trying to remember this grammar, what you want to do is that you can come up with some questions like asking when do people really use this grammar and how is it used? It's actually the best when you come across it naturally instead of studying it from a grammar book because then you will naturally have the real life context that attached to this grammar so that you know what function it serves. Even you have come across this grammar first in the grammar book, it's still possible that you can expose yourself into more conversational Korean, maybe listening to how your friends or your Korean teacher use it. And also if you're exposed to K-pop or K-drama or K-variety shows, a lot of times maybe you will find the grammar structure actually being used in their conversations. So you can really know how people use it in a sentence other than the one in the grammar book. Pay attention to the feel and tone that this grammar creates and the meaning that it conveys. You can really start to question, why are people using this grammar over other grammars? Is it because of some subtle differences between them? If it's being used in a conversation, you can see how the other party is responding. So you can see the full interaction and this grammar in action. As a bonus, you can even learn relevant vocabularies along with that grammar. And if you learn in this way, it's like a theme-style learning because you are really learning the vocabularies and grammars in groups with context and with real-life examples so that you can remember them easier and better. The reason why you're going to learn faster in this way is because the things that you watch actually are the things that you are more interested in. Let's say you're interested in BTS, then all the videos that you're watching are BTS related, right? If you learn a grammar or a vocabulary from this context, then it's very likely that you will be able to remember it. And the next time that you come across what you have learned again, you'll be able to add on other context to that thing so that you are going to build up kind of like a spider web of what context you can use this grammar or this vocabulary for. It's kind of like its own bank. You're trying to save things into it and gather more information. And if you have a lot of grammar textbook and exercises, that's when I think you can try to use them, because now you have built up a relationship with the thing that you want to learn, and you are now going to practice how to use them correctly. Always familiarize yourself with emotions or with context, with the vocabulary or grammar first before breaking the grammar structure down, or else it's just a very robotic procedure that you're going through, and it's going to be very hard to really trying to remember, oh, this grammar structure, this plus this equals to this meaning. And you study smarter, you're not going to revise all the things that you have learned before, right? So after you do the exercise and understand the grammar structure, you're going to probably get something wrong. It's best that you don't, but if you do, underline them, see why you got them wrong. Only revise those points as your study guide, and also try to come up with your own scenarios in which you think you will be able to use this grammar structure or this vocabulary. Now that you know learning through context is crucial, I don't want to leave you alone and let you be frustrated with not being able to come up with your own scenarios. I've nearly created a Facebook group for us, and that is kind of different from the Facebook page that we have now. In a group, I think I can host some Korean challenges with you guys, and I'm going to gather some of your opinions before I decide what will be the theme of the challenge. You'll be able to see some questions, and please do answer them and join us actively. The challenges will be free once you get into the Facebook group, but do let me know your struggles so that I can really make content and cater to your learning needs. And in addition to the current study planner that we have now, I'm going to upgrade it and upload it to INSSA soon so that you can be able to get the new one to assist with your Korean study. And let us get back to the benefits of the learning methods that we have been talking about in this lesson. There are really just two things that you have to keep in mind when using this learning method. 1. Emotional investment. 2. Curiosity. Is in our brains. It's natural for us to want to learn more, dig deeper into that once that we understand and know more about this thing. Is a fun process, and the knowledge that you acquire by yourself actually will stick in your brain longer. And if you want to retain your knowledge, do try to apply it into sentences and also try using it with other people so that you will not forget it easily. Don't get so frustrated with yourself or with the grammar if you cannot really use it right at this moment, because sometimes it may be that you are not there yet, and if you are on that level, you'll be able to understand it better. Work with the basics first if you're still a beginner, and get back to that later on in your learning journey when maybe you're in the advanced stage. You'll be able to see everything that you've studied will eventually be coming together as you connect the dots. Start learning with this method and make things fun with real life examples and context so that you can really enjoy this process. If you're not able to learn well or find it boring under the traditional way of learning, come join us in the community in the Facebook group for free. I hope to see you there, and if you want to learn more about how to get a Korean brain, please watch this video here. See you there. Bye.